Hey guys, it's Hannah from Cacao. We're here today to do another wine and chocolate pairing. Drum roll.
I'm excited.
Chris is my guest again.
Howdy.
This time we're tasting my new mini chocolate bars. They're trail mix inspired. They have homemade candied fruit and fresh flowers inside of them.
Is the wrapper edible?
Huh?
Is the wrapper edible?
Yeah, you just bite it. No.
Easy.
No.
Are you going into it already?
Yeah.
Sorry, I jumped the gun because I just couldn't help it.
Oh.
I tried to smell the chocolate through it, but I couldn't. So I got sad. Oh my god.
It's so cute. I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's cute.
Oh, I can't grip it. Aha. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
What'd you say was in here again?
So inside, the first layer that when I'm making these that I put down is a rose salt. And then I put in candied mango and candied strawberry that I candy myself. And then I fill it with chocolate.
I love it already.
It's pretty good. I like it. I like the aesthetic of it.
I'll take a bite when you take a bite.
Okay.
I was gonna eat the whole thing. Classic. Sorry, like staring at you.
I can really taste the mango.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes good.
The mango's really good. And the salt's too. It's like a more intense version of like your the barks you have that are like similar, minus the mango. Which one is it again?
The rose and pistachio?
The rose and pistachio. Mm-hmm. Very reminiscent of it, but that mango kicks it up a notch.
I agree.
I forgot there's wine.
Yeah, so speaking of it being similar to the rose and pistachio, this one is also paired with a rosé.
Yum.
So I did try to get a slightly sweeter rosé this time, and this rosé has, I feel like it has more of a body to it, and it has more of a fruity like ting to it to kind of accent the strawberry.
Mm-hmm. It's perfect. So much chocolate, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm not used to your chocolates being like, what's the word I'm looking for? So much? I don't know. Cause like normally it's just like one bite.
It's
or like a couple at the most. It's just like it's like, oh, I need more. This was just like super satisfying. Just like, I'm gonna take a chunk off. It's like I can keep going. Like, it's so good. And did you guys know that real chocolate melts really fast? Cause I didn't.
Yeah, I was explaining to Chris how a lot of store-bought chocolates, like Hershey's, for example, a Hershey bar has a lot of added fats, but it's vegetable fats, so it melts at a higher temperature, allowing it to sit on the shelf for longer.
Yeah, and that's the first thing I noticed. Right when I grabbed it, I was like, it's melting already.
Yeah.
And we kind of like looked at each other just like, maybe we should have napkins on deck. And yeah, it's so crazy. Speaking of which, I'm going to go grab some. Forgive me.
So I don't know if you guys have seen like the nut and fruit bars where it has like on the back end it has the kind of like nuts coming out of it and it looks really pretty, so that's kind of where I got my inspiration for this. But so I originally ordered this bar mold to make a sampler bar of all of my ganache flavors, all of my bonbon flavors, to, you know, have a bar that someone could simply be like, oh, this is the sampler bar of Hannah's flavors, and now I can try like green tea, and then the next day, or well, if you keep it that long, you can try lavender. That way you can try all of the flavors in one bar, and you don't have to order a box of bonbons and commit to ordering 12 pieces. You can order one bar, try all the flavors, figure out which flavors you like. But when I got the bar mold, I didn't realize how tiny the cavities were for the bars, so I was like, okay, new idea. I had all the candied fruit that I was going to do the build your own trail mix with, and I was like, what if I put some candied fruit in here? And I was like, well, I really like rose, and rose goes with mango, so I put rose and mango and the strawberry together, and it ended up coming out really well.
And yes, it did. I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that day? Like, at first I was so devastated by the molds.
Yeah, I remember you opened it up, you're like, look how small they are.
Because when I was ordering them, they didn't have, like, the dimensions for the mold cavities.
Oh yeah, even told her to, like, okay, just, like, buy, like, find a dimensions and just, like, buy a bigger one. She's like, they don't mention them.
Yeah.
Super good. But, like you said, it worked out for the best, because now it's, like, you found a way to utilize that mold, and it worked out perfect.
And it's so good.
I think if, like, I remember your idea of just, you know, giving people that option to, like, not commit fully to, like, one, like, flavor they're not sure. Overrated. I mean, I think it's worth the commitment. Like, one full bar of, like, a new flavor or something, like, it's never a miss. It's always gonna hit it out of the ballpark.
True.
Like, and because it's one of those things where, with your barks and stuff, like I said, like, this is the first chocolate that I feel like it never ends. Because remember with the bark, I'm just like, it's already over.
It's gone.
Yeah, not this time. Delicious.
That's true. I got a message today from a customer asking me when I was gonna be selling the bonbons again. Because they really liked them. They shared them with their... Sorry, I was talking too much to eat the whole thing.
Oh, no, you're good.
They shared them with their mom and their mother-in-law. Yeah. And they all really liked them, and they want to order more as soon as possible.
Score. No, those are delicious. I would love to do a tasting for that again.
Wink, wink.
Alright, so which one's this one?
This is the lavender with the candied citrus peel.
Ooh, I love how you can see all the ingredients in, like, the top layer of it, because it, like, cracked a little bit. It's so cool.
I think that's my favorite part about it, how you can kind of see into the chocolate. And I feel like the idea of it is like, oh, this person says they're putting fresh ingredients into, like, this candy to make it seem healthy, but how do I really know? And then it's like,
well, look at it.
Yeah, this, you pick it up and it's like, oh wow, look, you can see the orange, you can see the lavender, you can see the lemon.
Yeah, it smells so earthy.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Alright. Oh, and what's the wine that you pair with it,
so too? So this one, which I actually really like too, is a Riesling. And I forgot to say the name of the first one. I'm sorry, guys.
Is it Josh?
It's Josh. Yeah, the rosé was Josh Rosé. So this one is... I can't read it.
Chateau. Is that an S-T-E?
Right?
Or is that an L? Lit? I don't know. Chateau Michelle?
Chateau Michelle.
We're just going to skip that middle word.
Okay.
Alright. I like how you break it off, but...
and then you just bite it.
I just bite it off. There's no wrong way to eat chocolate. That's all I have to say. Unless there is.
No.
Okay, thank God. I was like... I'm talking to Willy Wonka over here, telling her, like, how her own craft is that doesn't have rules. I did not see that coming. So good. I feel one with nature eating this. I don't know why. It's the really, lavender?
Yeah. The lavender is so strong in it. Mm-hmm. But I like it because you bite it and the lavender kind of like hits you in the face, you know?
Definitely.
And then like as you keep eating it, then you get the orange and the lemon and it comes out and it's like the bitterness of the orange and the lemon peel and the like really strong like herby lavender with like the sweetness of the chocolate all kind of just like make this weird mesh, and it's like, oh, I could eat another bite of that.
Hearing you describe just like what's going on in my mouth puts into perspective how accurate Ratatouille was when Remy was showing his cousin or whoever like how to taste like these mixes. Oh my god, movie's 100% accurate.
And then the wine is so nice and refreshing that it just kind of, I think it like helps you eat the chocolate. Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I think this might be like the best pairing I've ever had. Like, it's just so perfectly. They just match.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this bar also has a lot more texture to it. Mm-hmm.
I just downed that whole thing. I'm such a savage.
I saw it from the corner of my eye.
So 4 pieces and I killed it all. The lavender.
It's good, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's like grainy. It's like grainy and refreshing and it's great.
Yeah.
But word of advice, I think you should, if you order these or if you have these for yourself or whatever, I do advise eating them the way Hannah does and break a piece off instead of holding the whole bar in your hand because they will melt just from the heat from your fingertips. I mean, I'm about it though.
You don't have chocolate to your hands. So there's this
some witchcraft that chocolatiers
no,
learn.
There's like this in like France. There's this thing where it's like when you're a baker, like you have like certain hands. Like there's people that have like bread hands, people who have chocolate hands, like who hands are like normally colder and they can work with chocolate for longer without melting what they're working on. You know how you're always like, your hands are so cold, like.
Oh my god, you were built for this.
It's like such a weird, it's a weird thing because it's like a actual thing. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
Interesting. No, yeah. Genetics makes you a good chocolatier, not amazing.
Not studying.
Not studying. That's so funny.
I like this one so much.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was so good. It was a race, by the way. That's why I was so eager to finish my chocolate before Hannah. Wow. Anything else to say?
No, I think that's it. Do you have anything else to say?
These bars are delicious, and I think they're a perfect amount to get those flavors that are so unique in her chocolates. Like the barks are so good because they're all, made with like very interesting ingredients and stuff. But the biggest problem is that it's just like one bite. So I think that these bars have a 1-up on them. This is my personal opinion. Has a 1-up on them because it's like, how many bars is it? How many pieces? How many chunks was it?
5, 6?
Six or so? Yeah, 6 is just, you take that one bite and it's just all in your mouth, and then
you want more.
And then you're like, oh, I want more. It's like, oh, I can have more, and it's great.
True.
But that's just me being a greedy glutton in terms of your chocolate. Well, I'm sure I'm not the only one.
No.
No.
You're not. My voice cracked.
No.
I will say definitely don't be intimidated by the flavors in the chocolate, because I feel like, you know, if I didn't know anything about food and someone came up to me and was like, you want to try something that has lavender flowers and orange peel and lemon peel in it, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, I totally feel you. I feel that, because these are things you don't typically hear associated with chocolate, or at least to just store-bought chocolate. I mean, the fancies I can think of is just like raspberry raspberry dark chocolate or bar or something that's like $5 for like 2 pieces or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But these are different.
Super fresh. I think I like the lavender in this more than I like the lavender in the lavender caramel bonbon.
I think we have to retry those. Contest 1v1.
Compare this one to the lavender bonbon and then that one to the rose and pistachio bark.
Dude, stop, please.
An in-house chocolate comparison.
Very fun.
Oh. Choose your fighter. That'd be funny to have a choose your fighter chocolate episode. Like who wins in flavor and
yeah,
what.
and draw it out.
Yeah. I need a whiteboard.
And then we can make like a Rocky homage, like short film of the chocolate preparing for the fight.
Dude, we put like a little like
You're
rope over it.
I did it. Sorry.
Anyways, thanks for joining us. I hope. I don't really talk about the wine paired with it. Sorry, I got really distracted by the actual chocolate itself.
It's my fault.
No, it was also my fault. I guess in summary, rosé goes good with the strawberry and mango ones because it has hints of strawberry in the rosé. You could taste that, right? The fruitiness
in the
rosé.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of helped with the fruitiness of this. I feel like.
No, definitely.
And then this one's really refreshing, which I feel like helped carry out the end of this bar. Yeah, when pairing wine with chocolate or pairing wine with like your dinner, just kind of look at like the hints of the wine. You can look at what type of grapes it was made with, what kind of wine it is, and normally those different categories will help you narrow down the flavor profiles that like your food, what flavor profiles it would go with in wines. That way, like that's what I do with my wines. When I pair them with chocolate, I take the flavor profile of the chocolates and I'm like, okay, this one has strawberry, mango, and rose, but I feel like what you taste the least is the strawberry. So I want to pair it with a wine that is going to bring it out, but is going to accent everything else.
Yeah. And
this one has like a really strong lavender profile to it. So I was like, okay, I want to, you know, again, pair it with a wine that's going to bring out the finish of the citrus at the end, but not overpower the lavender with the citrus of it. So it's like I break it down by that, then I break it down by what type of wine normally has those flavor profiles, and then once I get the type of wine that I want, then I'm like, okay, now let me look at the specific wines, and then, yeah. A lot of research.
Which you're good at.
Yes. Okay, thanks you guys. I hope this was helpful. You'll see us again soon.
Yuppers.
Have a good night. Or I guess in the thing it wouldn't be night. You're watching.
Just enjoy the whatever's happening at the moment.
Bye.